It means a great deal to me to be able to share with y'all today some of the pieces from my compilation, Green Shoulders. So I'll go ahead and get started, and I'll just say that my work is kind of wrapped in the countryside wherein I live and live my life and have lived my life, this part of rural Georgia. So it's impossible for it not to seep in. I'm also a very spiritual person, and I see all of that in the natural world around me. So that's a pretty much a synopsis, although incomplete. My first poem that I'll read was originally from my collection entitled Jonesing for Byzantium. And this one is about my late grandfather. In fact, the name of it is My Very Late Grandfather. The conversation with grandfather was a dream I had just before dawn today, noticing his full head of gray hair not being patched with matrilineal scalp like mine. He grinned as if teasing, without words, looked above my eye line and then beyond, implying a big picture conclusion that I too would share. Chuckling a spring shower of comfort upon me, unison with him now breaks my rising. The next piece is about a situation that all writers find themselves in, gaps in their writing journal and gaps in their writing area sometimes occur, and they may be the result of many different things. And this poem kind of examines that situation. It's called Breaks. You'll notice the gap in my journal. Though broken, it approached 6 weeks or more. You'll wonder why the writing stopped, slept, then awoke in time for itself. There will be other questions about shadows and space, and curtains that didn't move even with windows cracked or open. Later you will disregard the wondering altogether and return to your moments, your own moments of darkness and light. But the break in my journal will still be there, still with an eye open and a mouth that makes no sound. Many times I'll find myself sitting on my front porch watching the natural world go by, as it were, literally. And this is an example of one of those observations when the sandhill cranes pass over this part of Georgia twice a year, going and coming. It's called Move. The 23rd of the month, and hundreds of cranes from Sandhill move. Breathing flush with steam, the great rain flock sings, shaming more starlings than I can count. A status quo stopping, they fly, they skim through cloud bottoms, gray and heavy and north pointed. Sound of migrants. I've counted 1,000 in 10 minutes. The green air remembers just ahead of raining. They're in Sharpsburg by now. Frequency goes quiet, then showers. Another observation of the countryside here, trying to describe the beauty of a flock of geese rising from a pond. It's called a sky-wide russet flock ascending. Before sunset, but just, through the terraced clouds of a dusty month and no rain since the hurricane, end-time trumpets rise from local ponds along the fall line. Since the fires of singularity up to now, when that leaving shines through rows of sibling pine and random skeleton oaks, veterans from an oxbow creek risen in the sun's departure, streak orange under blue and unto 1,000 mirrors flashing a sky-wide russet flock ascending. Noticing a herd of cattle in a lightning storm brought this next one. It's called Kneel the Cattle. Under winter lightning kneel the cattle, while behind windows I bathe in a flashing room. Dreams of sea level fill thunderheads. They drain all darkness down to the gulf. Their song rattles windows and hereabouts. Someday I'll die too, on a course to later fall as rain, when the cedars bend and the air changes just enough. Then the number one will share me with about 1 billion stars. I'll finish up with the last two here. This one is called The Light That Travels. On this morning that seeps, then pours into bright halls, through small rooms, woods, over shoals, shallow bays, and floods the seaboard streams and grasses, expands rocks at their highest points, I continue into what unfolds like geologic time with its low groans and scraping and cracks. In a Godhead flow, I can only ride and not divert. And my last one, it's called Wednesday. From whom all blessings flow comes the sound of streams and rain and flashes, and that which is allowed in a breeze or pyroclasm barely moves a strand of hair except as truth. To think all in all is hard, but to receive it can seem impossible, like seeing the universe through a needle's door or a sky shown in shards of glass, and being alone. Alone only as it means singularity, means complete, means the sum of one and none. And that noise sparks utter silence. And that silence is a bell. Those are the pieces that I had chosen. I do have more, obviously, depending on the time, but I wanted to give Matt a chance to perform his work as well. So I'm at y'all's mercy. Thank you
That
very much for listening.
that next to last one was a damn good poem. That was a
Thank,
fine poem. Yeah.
thank you.
You're a really strong reader, Ward. I think that getting a taste of you, even virtually, I can feel the just the power behind your words, and every sound counts. So it was really a treat to hear you share those poems with us. I think that was a great selection.
You're very kind, Megan. Thank you.